Is there anybody?
Bat Mom.
Hi, Bat Mom. What up?
Thanks for joining us.
Hello, Mrs. Beautiful. How are you
How
today?
was your dinner the other evening, Bat Mom? You were out to eat with your kiddo.
How was your reading the other day? I popped out pretty quick, so I didn't know if it resonated or not. I'm gonna put the
Also sending the link to other people. Just
Let me see if I can share your link around too. Shared it. Let me share it around.
Oh yeah, that guy. He's like the guy that I told you, Susie, makes me want to be all yeah. He's like so energetic, dude. It just like he could, I don't know, read like obituaries, and he would make it get you all excited about dying.
Did Kiki come in here? Did Kiki come in?
No, she's not gonna.
Oh,
darn her.
She's beautiful, sister. She's like tall.
Really?
Yes.
Yes, she's like 5'8", 5'7", 5'8". Well, she's 5'7". They say she's 5'6", but she's taller than that.
That is so tall. I would kill her. If I was that tall, I would be so thin.
She's beautiful. Yeah, she's a good kid too. And I'm so nervous about her starting high school. It's like I'm getting really bad. It's worse, dude, than kindergarten. Like I'm more worried about the high school thing than kindergarten.
Why?
So. Yeah, is it going to be worse for high school?
Why? Because of, the violence and stuff. And she's like a good kid. So like, I just hate that, you got to train your kids to like do certain things or whatever.
You feel like your school has violent tendencies, or they can't keep your kids safe, or what?
I think that all the schools in our town, or even in the Phoenix Union High School District, definitely have violent tendencies.
Yeah, and then I don't even know what they're
That's
teaching.
why you move out of Phoenix,
right? I know. And then she's a good kiddo, but like they don't prepare them for high school in K through 8 schools. They treat them like they're babies until they leave, and then they go to this school where they don't have to stand in a line, and they don't. So I picture her like, I don't know, like scared at lunchtime and not like
where to go. That's what makes me worry, is to see Timmy scared or not
right. Like I wish I could go with her, and kids are mean.
Smaller.
They don't have manners.
Kids are assholes. Oh wait, no, they're not. Sorry.
What did you say?
You already said it.
I know. Good thing it's lesson here.
Assholes?
Yeah, I totally slipped out like it. Really natural.
Oh yeah, Mom, that's my parents, there's a lot of stuff that we did that my parents just found out about like a couple years ago because I just told them. We used to have parties, Mom and Dad. I don't know how they had to have known, dude. They really like.
Why did they leave us at home alone so much? They had to have known.
Well, and plus they were only like our age when we were in high school. Yeah. So like, and they were like
our age when they were in high school.
So like they were our age now. They were like in like 40s when we were in high school. Well, my mom was down here a lot because my grandpa got sick. But even before that, though, I think.
And my parents would leave me home alone a lot. Like they had to know. They had to. But I mean, we cleaned really good before they got home.
I never went to a party at your house. But you know what? I wouldn't have not been able to, because there's no way I would have gone to a party at your mom's house. Nope. Not happening.
I was always wondering why your parents didn't tell on me.
I would see you. All I could do is like picture your mom the whole time going, "How do you eat that? What are you doing here?" I wouldn't.
Me and Sarah would measure how far the couch was from the wall and like put everything back together. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah,
I don't even know. Was I even living in Flagstaff?
Yeah, you were there, but you were drunk too, so it's all good.
I know.
I was not.
Jamie was. My
Jeez.
brother was.
I
My
was
brother.
not.
My job was to clean up after him and all his friends.
I know I went to a few at yours.
I think everybody did.
Yeah, and then you got your mom and dad had just got that jacuzzi. That was crazy.
Oh yeah.
I think I got in it in my
I think
underwear.
everybody got in it. I walked out and my brother had a girl in it with no, and she like stood up. Oh, it was what's her face? Monique.
Monique Chavez.
Yeah, and she had no nothing on, and I was like, "Whoa, this is awkward."
Awkward. That mom says my oldest was my oldest was the best kid until I found out that she was
the
opposite.
Oh.
Oh, that sucks. But it's okay. I mean, it's kind of natural for us to be kind of like shitbirds when we're that age.
Right.
You know?
I mean, because I think we were good kids. We were good kids because we were good people. Like we never like hurt people or anything, not on purpose. Anyway.
Did you ever break anything of mom's?
I don't think so.
I don't think I ever witnessed.
I threw up in Jera's mom's closet and on her bed, and that was the worst thing that I did.
Yes, she did.
Jera was washing the comforter in the middle of the party.
That's the time I had to do. I gave Dawn a bath in the middle of parties. I gave Michelle a bath.
We've all been bathed.
Right? That's the time I got caught when my mom had that was when you had gotten sick. When
you got caught that
I
time?
thought I had gotten away with everything, right? And then I went somewhere with my dad, and then we came back, and I walked in, and my mom goes, she leans over and she slams a 40 on the table. What's this? I was like,
where did she find that?
I don't know, but I was like, who left it? It was full. I was like,
why was I in the closet? Did I leave it in the closet? Was it my fault?
I don't know. I wonder if it was in the closet. Maybe it wasn't. Oh, because remember my closet used to like join with hers?
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember because I don't even know why I was in the closet either.
Were you in the closet?
Yeah, I threw up in the closet and on the bed.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we were trying to spy on you.
Maybe I was showing everybody how it connected. I slightly remember that. But yeah, this is true. That mom. At least she graduated. Like we graduated. We made it through high school. We didn't get pregnant. Woohoo!
Right.
And we didn't get arrested.
Nope. Never been arrested still. Haven't checked that box yet.
I've never been arrested, but I got a warrant for speeding tickets in this tiny ass town.
Bat Mom, I would have said that, but both my parents drank. As a matter of fact, we drank all their liquor and filled it back up with water and food coloring.
Oh my God.
Oh, I did that to my sister. We drank all of her schnapps. It was probably you. It was probably us.
Oh, it's probably me.
And we drank all of her schnapps, and schnapps is clear, peppermint schnapps. And we filled it up with water. We ended up drinking
it at your house, though. But you could have brought it to my house and we drank it.
I could have, yeah. And we ended up drinking the whole thing, putting all water in it. Then she went on a Vegas trip with her little schnapps thing, and they're like about to take a shot before the night, and it was water.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
You figure it out, sister? Like, what'd you figure? What'd you do?
I don't remember. I mean, I know it happened.
I know.
I think we laughed. I think we laughed more than anything because we were already, drinking and stuff in Vegas. So,
yeah,
or was it Laughlin? I can't remember where we went.
I think it was the time we went, and then there was an earthquake.
Oh, that time. Yeah, that would have just been me, Jeff, and Melissa, Jennifer. Yeah, so we just laughed it off.
So I'm gonna ask you guys a funny question. Are you ready for a funny question, Bat Mom? Let me pick one. Okay, Jera.
Yes. I am ready.
I just saw it. Where'd it go? If you were to get stuck somewhere, like locked in a room or locked in somewhere, be stuck there, what would be the worst freaking place for you to get stuck? Mine would be Cabela's.
Oh, it could be like a place, like a big place.
Yeah, anything, I guess. I saw it, but now I can't find the question, so I just made it up. but mine would be Cabela's because I have taxidermophobia and I'm afraid of stuffed animals. Taxidermy, not like stuffed animals like teddy bear, stuffed animals like taxidermy, like something you shot and then you stuffed and then you put it in your house.
Mine would be a shed in Australia.
Oh, because they're spiders?
They have all kinds of bugs and rats, like bad. And I can't handle either of those things. I'd be terrified. That question isn't fun.
Hold on.
Mine would be a cave.
Why?
A cave. Oh, you know, like, did you have to do the ice caves, Nikki? Yeah, I fell in there because I got lost and separated from everybody.
Did you really?
Yes, it was so scary. And
they shouldn't take kids down there. That's dangerous. I had to go twice, and I was shit scared both times. Really bad.
My flashlight went out, dude, and I wasn't like, there was nobody, and you can't see anything in there. And I was like, I didn't know. I thought like there was because I was in an area where you kind of had to like jump or whatever a little bit. My light went out, and I went to like jump, and I totally biffed it and cut my chin.
Oh my god!
Oh gosh.
Yeah, we have ice caves up in Flagstaff, near Flagstaff, I should say, Batmom, and lava tubes. Yeah, lava tubes. And it's like a really tight squeeze when you first go in there, and then it opens
like a little hole.
Right, like a tiny hole. I mean, like, there's no way I would fit in that hole now.
I don't remember it being that tiny. But there's a bunch of entrances to those tubes.
Oh, there is?
Yeah. And because I remember it was good size going in, and then it got really, really small, and then it got where you had to crawl in, and you would hit your head all the way out, and then it just opened up into. Yeah, we had hard hats, and then there was bigger than semi in, it opened up to.
Yeah,
and it was just cavernous.
Yep.
That's about as far as we got.
I don't remember hard hats. Did they?
I feel like I remember having a hard hat.
Oh, you'd think that they should give us a hard hat. So I just probably don't remember.
They didn't have lights on them or anything. They were just the hard hat. Right. You had to have your own flashlight.
So like there was this nerdy girl that like she's just a nerd. Like she didn't have like a lot of friends and stuff. And I was shivering. I was so scared because it was cold in there too. But I was so scared, and she held my hand the whole time. And then after that, throughout all of our school until we graduated, I always like talked to her and said hi to her and whatnot and everything. It was Eula.
What grade was that?
Eula. That name sounds familiar. Wait,
I don't remember her last name. It was 5th grade and 6th grade that we went. No, wait, 5th grade, and then we went when we had to go to Camp Colton.
Eula. I think that name sounds familiar. Yeah, my head's like, it might have been hard, but it's tiny. We were just talking about my tiny head. I have like the smallest head ever. My wigs are like way too big. They need to make like wigs for small-headed people. That should be a thing. Like child wigs or something.
Okay, I have a funny question. What old person things do you do?
Not walk. Get up and I can't walk. I have to wait for both my knees to snap now, and then I can walk.
Yeah, my body's like that too. I vacuum my vacuum cleaner. Is that old person or is that because
that's pretty anal.
That might be germophobia. I don't know.
I kind of am. I'm only germophobia about like certain things. Like, I changed my answer to where's the worst place I could be trapped. The worst place I could be trapped is in a house that is full of dog poop that's really old and stuck to green carpet.
Oh,
because you can't see it in the green carpet, or what?
No, I just have like memories
that are not before
from child. Yeah, I can't. I don't know. I can't handle dog poop stuck to carpet. Specifically dog poop. Like any other poop I can manage. I don't prefer poop at all, but like dog poop stuck to carpet is can't do it. Cannot do it. Hey Susie, do you remember that time we tried dog jerky?
Dog jerky? Yeah.
And your kid, and we thought it was good at first, and then it had like a really bad, nasty aftertaste.
Yeah, that is gross. It was good at first, but then it's gross.
Yeah.
Well, our Uncle Robert ended up eating a couple of those.
Yeah, he ate like a
dog
whole jar of
turkeys.
it.
Oh,
He
really?
thought-
On
He
purpose?
thought it
I
was
thought
real
they
turkey.
were real. My mom would always take the package and open it up, and then she would put it in this old pickle jar.
Oh, I know. That's where we
So,
got it from.
you know, so it looked like it was real. Could have passed as real jerky sticks, but
Right.
it
I think that's
was
where
not.
we got it from, wasn't it? But you didn't have a dog. Was it?
Yeah, we had Pearly.
Like in the younger time, so it must have been early. We must have been pretty young.
Oh, well, yeah, because I don't remember a dog over there. Susie remembers the names of some of my dogs. It's so
Yep, Nutmeg and Cinnamon and Cheetah
right.
and Munkin.
Yeah.
I'm missing one.
Well, there's been so many.
Yeah.
There's been so many. That one time when Cheetah choked and my mom sent me to your house because I was freaking out.
Oh, I remember that. We thought she was gonna. Did she die?
No, but we thought she was going to, and I was like walking around her house going like, please God. I was like such a drama.
Oh, but we loved you so much.
Hysterical.
You were like a family. Like
I know. I remember when Nikki came
Little
over
Howard.
to watch the kids, because when my mom had her heart attack.
oh,
And
what kids did you
babysitting?
want?
Well, my mom used to babysit kids, all her kids.
I don't remember.
She had like 8 kids over there.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And Nikki came over because there was nobody else to come and sit with the kids.
Right. Well, I'm
That was the
sure I
first
did,
time.
but
Yeah, I was 8, so I don't know how old you were.
14, 15, 16.
Yeah.
Sounds
I
right.
would have been somewhere
Oh,
around
so you had
16.
your hands full then, because there was like 8 kids there. And they were all like babies.
Thank God I must have pushed it way back in my memory because
I know.
I
Crazy.
really hated to babysit. I babysat for such a short period of time and I realized I really hated it. So
Oh,
then I
no.
went
That's-
went and found a job because I
that's
did not
probably
want to
why.
babysit anymore. Everybody wanted me to babysit.
We
But I
traumatized.
just found out I didn't like kids.
But
Pretty
then
much.
but then you went and had some.
Yeah, I had some. I loved my kids, but I just
I
didn't like
know,
other
right?
people's kids.
I know, me too. I like my kids.
I
but
know.
like-
Yeah.
I used to love other people's kids, but
People are like, why are you like that? I go, I don't know. I don't want to hold your baby. I don't want to coo and Google over them. I never have. And I was a assistant director at a daycare and I
Mhm.
loved those kids and I took care of them very well. And before I was the assistant director, I ran the group that was 14 months to 36 or something, that age range where they're still in diapers, almost not ready to potty train, but they can walk and just talk and learning. They're just all they want to do is learn. And I loved that group and I had the greatest time with those kids and I loved them. But come 6 o'clock, ta-ta, they were not my kids. I was out, picked up my kids and left. But I was only had that room for like 5 months because she found out very fast that I was more administrative. And she put me in the office, which was fine by me because I can run an office like that. So I was all good.
right. Yeah, I'm not good at the administrative side of things. I would be a terrible boss. I'd be like, yeah, just do whatever you want.
Me too. I'd be a terrible boss. I'd be like,
I'm really
the
good.
only
Oh.
rule is there
Well,
are no rules.
I was a great boss.
Right.
And then one of the ladies they hired like 2 years in to replace another lady, she had her daughters working there. And I could not tell these girls what to do because they would go run into their mama.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, it's your job. You have to vacuum. You have to vacuum every day. You have to vacuum. You have to clean the toilet. You have to do that every day. And they would go run and tell their mom, and their mom would say, "It's okay. It's not that dirty." And I'm like, "Are you
That's why they would love
kidding me?"
I know, right? Like
Wow.
if my kids did that, I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, no, I'm not your mom when we're here.
Did you tell a kid
Yes, Susie and Nikki have the same parents. Yes,
yeah, we have the same parents.
The same awesome parents.
Wait, who said that? Oh,
Bat Mom.
yeah.
And
yeah, our parents were married 50 years.
Yeah, my parents will be married
my mom passed.
48 years in January.
Wow.
I know.
Hello, Jen, beautiful Jen, and Mr. Fuller. Hello, how are you?
Thank you guys for showing. We appreciate.
Thanks for coming, Michael. I sent Michael the link.
What is this? Not sure, but Bat Mom got luck.
Not sure, but Locke got hit twice at the Bat Mom.
Oh, I don't know.
Lockbeard what? Got hit by the Bat Mom? Why? Why? Tell me why.
I don't know. Okay. Because we both say mom or my dad. Oh, we say my mom, my dad. Oh, yeah, we do that all the time.
We do that all the time. But you know what I did when I saw you last week? Oh. I kept saying your dad. Did you hear me say that?
It was so weird.
Why did I say that? I didn't say our dad. I said, "Where's your dad?" I'm like, what the heck? I don't know. He's not my dad anymore, I guess. I don't know.
That's funny.
I caught it myself, though. You didn't say anything. I said something first.
That was funny, though.
I'm like, wait, he's my dad, too.
That's funny. Maybe you were thinking you were going to say, like, where's your husband or something? And then
I don't know. I don't know what I was probably looking at my husband and thinking dad, but dad, because I always say, where's your dad? And, stuff like that. So
that's funny. I had to listen to the voicemail I left you, Susie, because I thought that I had said that I was fixing Susie something to eat for lunch. And then because I always mix up Susie and my daughter. I don't know why. I say Kiki when I mean Susie and Susie when I mean Kiki.
Yeah, Bat Mom, you didn't mishear anything. I'm just old. My brain has got brain fog. I've got sugar brain fog because I hadn't had any sugar all week.
Right. So I had a question for everyone. Like, why is everybody interested in podcasts? Because I'm like new to the podcast world, and I know it's been around
because it's a social. It's a way to become social without becoming social. It's a way to connect with people without all the physicalness, all the get up and go. We've become very lazy, actually. But in a way, this also helps people who can't get out, people who are homebound. This is their way to connect to the outside world. Huge, like big time.
And also people who are shy, probably, right? And
people who are shy, people have any kind of anxiety or any other social disorders. Right. This is safe. Because if they get too much anxiety, they can hit that leave button. I'm out. I'm done.
That's good.
And I know many on podcasts who don't show their face. They do podcasts and they sound great and they're super intelligent, but they can't have that anxiety of people seeing them.
Right. I have that. Like, this is why this is kind of new for me, because I don't like being on I don't know. I just always was I get so nervous. It's so weird how something like that can make.
I never knew that. I would never think that.
I know. Isn't that weird? I wouldn't think that either. Because like, I don't have any problem talking to people in person, or even up in front of a classroom or like anything like that. But on a video, it's just weird and different. So
yeah.
Just not used to it. I'm starting to get used to it, so it's not bothering me as much. My old boss would be proud.
see what Batman wrote? She says that Lockbeard has anxiety around people. He doesn't like to be around people because he's the solo man, So but he does a great podcast and he talks to everybody and he comments on everything, but when it comes to actually being physical, I know he quit his job. He had gotten a job and it was a fairly good job as far as I could tell. And he done. You know, can't
Right.
do the interaction with people.
It's hard to deal with people. People are assholes most of the time.
So it looks like somebody was, you guys had a different show and somebody was being not nice or something, Batmon. I'm trying to read up to figure out what are you guys talking about that happened on another show?
I don't know, probably on my show, because my show was right before this one.
Oh, okay. Does it happen a lot where people are just mean, like, but you can
absolutely
just
yeah.
You have to expect that if you are going to do something public like this, you have
Right.
to expect the assholes. You have to expect the people who are rude. You have to expect people out of the blue who don't even know you will come on and comment and make, asinine. But you also have to consider they're probably 16 years old,
Right.
or
Hopefully.
or they hate whatever topic you're talking about.
Right.
And then you also have the porn bots that jump out into your chat all the time. Well, they jump out into mine.
Is that a bot? Like, that's not a real person, right? That's AI.
No, it's just something they generate, and it hits all the things. If they could probably throw it out 1,000 times, and they're just looking for 10 hits. If they can get 10 hits, that's money, to their
what
system.
Is a hit?
Well, you hit the link. If you hit their or go to their page that they post, then they get the horny guys to people. They get the horny people to go into their site and check it out. That's all they want.
Well, there's no horny people here, right? Just kidding.
Except we're on the show.
Donald said Bigfoot and More was on, and something happened there. So they didn't answer his question or something. Is that what you guys are talking about?
Well, the kind of reason I wanted to do an impromptu show is I was watching a podcast earlier that I just subscribed to because this guy's energy was like amazing. I love listening to people speak that are super passionate about whatever. I don't even care what they're speaking about. Like, if you have that type of energy that you bring to stuff, he had me all like, yeah, let's go. But there was some interesting things that they were talking about. The show was actually about like growing your own food and collaborating, with other people, like on podcasts, people that are all over, like how you guys have made friends with people in other states, and you guys were like doing the camping thing, and it was a very positive message. And so I kind of just wanted to thank everybody that always comes on to our show. I appreciate that because that's super awesome. Susie has a good community.
That's my sister. And they welcomed me. Like, I just popped in. Like, what made me come?
We appreciate you guys.
Thank you. I brought you in on my late night show because that's a show I could do anything on. And I brought you on and we talked paranormal and you did card reading and they really liked it. So that's where a lot of that stemmed for you.
What got you started in doing podcasting?
Me? Mm-hmm. Because I watched so many podcasts and just like I think Jen said, Jen said that after a while you see the same people all the time and you're having conversations with the same people and they start to become family. And things in our Bigfoot community, okay, which is it's a good size. It's a good size. It's not as big as the general population, but it's a good size. And there were just things that since I've been in the community so long, since around 2010, okay, of watching videos, critiquing them, investigating them, researching them through the internet, and talking with people directly involved with them, I was tired of seeing people posting pictures of hoaxes and fakeness.
Right.
And completely falling for it, saying, oh my God, look at how long the arms are and look at, how it moves and it's so real and it looks like the one I saw and it's a known hoax. We have the suit. We know the suit. We know where it came from. We know, we have all this information, but people won't bother to check it out. They won't bother to do their research. Hence, after all these years, Susie and I decided to try to have a sister side chat. So that was for a little bit, but we didn't really get a big following. And then COVID hit and things got weird and I had to quit working and I was sick and she was so busy with my dad because she was the primary caretaker for my dad and
I was
it
going
just
to
wasn't
school.
yeah, it wasn't the right time. So that stopped. And then after a while, a friend of mine, Leon Thompson, was talking to me and he said, Nikki, you have the right things to do a show. You have the right personality. You have the right get up. You have the knowledge. You know, you just have to see what your structure you want to do. What kind, because I knew I didn't want to do another research show. I didn't want to have people on coming and telling me their research and what they did. That, to me already, I'm at the point where all the stories sound the same.
Right.
So I stopped listening to story YouTube. You know, there's 1,000 of YouTube channels out there. All they do is recite incidents and encounters and encounter stuff. I'm done with it. They all sound the same to me. They all have the same ending. You know,
Right.
we're not any further down the road or the field that we were before. So what was
What the
that?
hell was that?
Oh, that was my phone. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
It sounded like it came from okay.
it
It was
did.
like-
It sounded like it came from my house. Like I was like, whoa.
Right.
Oh,
Um,
I'm sorry. I didn't turn my phone on silent. It's never beeped.
Um,
My bad. That was rude, everybody.
So that's why I started. I wanted to have a channel where I could show, hey, this is Mark Anders. He's been in the community since 2012. He's CGI expert. He does this. He has a big he has a big Bigfoot that he puts all over different places or says it's different places, but it's all in San Diego. And then he does CGI with it and he makes it look like it's walking and it's really, really good. But he is a hoaxer and I went and I researched all his stuff and where he came from and all his different, it was the same Bigfoot was in San Antonio, that was in San Diego, that was in Kentucky and all over. It's the same one, just different places. And because he was an expert. And so that's what I decided to do, those type of shows, showing people to do a little bit of research for themselves before just seeing a picture online or a video online and expecting that it was real.
Yeah, that's a thing that frustrates me about the general population and how they don't, how little they like actually look into stuff and they just get their information off of like a Facebook post or whatever. And it's like, you don't really, that's actually not how it works, but okay. Like, especially with real estate, there's a lot of that, people, these companies that are like gimmicky and they have a good slogan and things, but they're actually not really doing anything different than other agents. It's just that they got a catchy slogan and people think they can do other stuff, so they just believe it. And it's like, I've seen, it does suck because there's a lot of really good agents that really super care about people and work hard to go the extra mile. And when you get passed up for a gimmick that people just believe because they don't. And that in real estate case though, it's actually, that's where it's like our jobs as realtors to educate people about that, because it's like most people don't know any better. They don't know questions to ask and things like that. Yeah,
that's why I thought it was really, really super important that you should do something and say stuff like tips and stuff. And like, because people, dude, when I bought my house, I don't know how old I was. But I was in my 20s, I think. Or how old was I?
You were probably in your 20s, right?
Yeah, you were in your 20s when you bought that condo thing, that whatever it was. Townhome? Yeah. Was it a townhome?
This one that I'm in right now?
No. The one that you were trying to...
Oh, yeah, I was in my 20s for that. That doesn't count.
It does count.
Well, I was 19. I didn't explain anything. I had no idea what we were doing.
Yeah, I just sign.
Right. And like, mortgages, loans. I realized when I became a loan officer, I realized how much people like literally just don't know what they're signing. And
Yeah.
a lot of loan officers don't know what they're giving people to sign either. And that's the scary thing.
That's really scary. Well,
when you
whatever
have-
you dealt with the other day where somebody was totally like screwing somebody else over, that you were so good. I watched her in action and she was amazing standing with her, like,
Susie's like, I think you scared him. You scared him. Yeah, there's nothing that frustrates me more than like people taking advantage of people and not doing the right thing and educating. Why am I echoing? You guys hear that?
oh, do you have a YouTube on?
No.
Oh.
I'm on SteamYard.
all you need is SteamYard on.
Yeah,
That's all I've got on.
sometimes if you get if you have both of them on, you'll echo.
I don't. I just have SteamYard on.
Well,
Now it's
that's
not-
why it's important to have earphones
She usually
Oh,
does.
plugged in.
usually
When
do
you
that.
have more than 2 people, you're gonna have that happen. You have to have good headphones plugged in.
Well, I'm gonna go grab mine then. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I'll be right back. And I'm gonna not let you guys check me out as I leave. So
She's gonna sneak out the side. Oh,
Wait, I wanted to see your shorty shorts.
I'm not wearing pants. That's what I'm
Oh,
we have tutus on below the waist.
I make us smaller. I hate this way. It
Oh, okay.
looks.
How do I do that? Okay, hold on. This one?
Yes, thank you. I look
that better?
really huge in the other one. Yes, that's a lot better.
It is way better, isn't it?
Yes.
Um,
And now you can see my whole logo. Thank you.
that's awesome. You're like, it's like your show. Just kidding.
I can go all kinds of different places. I can go to where do I want to go? I can go to a disco.
Oh, cool. What? That's cool.
I can go to Indora and be with the Ewoks.
Oh, sh-
Okay. Wait a minute. Okay.
I think I'll go to space.
Whoa, you have to go like this, like
I'm
you're floating.
floating. Ooh. Ooh. Or I can be serene.
Oh, I can hear myself.
Or I can talk about porcupines.
Okay, so look here, Jara. Look here. It's
Hang on one second.
Or I can be in my living room.
like that. Oh, it almost did look. Well, not really, but like it's nice now. She's got a nice living room anyway. So.
There we go. Okay. What was that? Sorry.
That mom says she has so many questions.
Oh, yes. I'm not a loan officer now, but I know a lot about loans because I used to be. And yes, I'll just say yes. Yeah, oh, absolutely. I'd love to help you. I'd be honored. Where are you in the country? Is Bat Mom? Are you here in Arizona? Arizona?
Wow, Donald, I'm proud of you. That
That's
is
great.
2 big things.
Nice.
That is
to
a
do at
big
the
thing.
same time. Yeah, you can do it, man. The power of the mind. The power of the mind.
It is.
know, do
A
what I
lot of
do.
us are changing.
Mhm.
CBD. It's good. Now watch, they're gonna come out and say CBD is bad for you. Like after, I think it's not.
No, they'll never say CBD is bad for you, but maybe going through the vape pen, that pen thing, that might end up being bad for us along the road down the
The
way.
chemicals in that will give you popcorn.
Like
lung.
the battery, I don't know what it is, but something does something.
Yeah,
but
it does.
stuff inside is-
It breaks down the tissue in your lungs
Well, I'm sure
faster
that
than
everything
faster than even if you smoke regular.
the CBD does.
Yeah.
No, smoking in that little thing. The
Yeah,
Oh,
smoking
e-cigarettes.
regular.
Yeah, the
Oh.
e-cigarettes are bad. Might as well just smoke it regular.
Right. Except for I'm not very good at being stoned during the day.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I've
I'm
thought
great
about
at
the
it at night.
CBD as well for pain because I'm tired of
Yeah.
taking Tylenol. Although my pain's very good right now, but boy howdy, I had my first physical therapy on Friday. Saturday, I almost couldn't walk again.
What? They worked
Yeah.
to the bone.
I'm like, holy crap. I was doing everything he was telling me to do, though. I was doing it, and I'm supposed to do it every day, but yesterday I could not. I was too sore.
Yeah, pain sucks. I hate pain. And I'm unfortunately, I feel like I'm in pain like so often that it's when I'm not in pain, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not in pain. It's like you get the background pain where it's like just constant and you're kind of used to it. That mom, I would be happy to help you.
What's Fico CBD?
Fico.
Fecal, like fecal matter.
Right. It's not like
I am. What do you mean by loose jointed?
jointed?
I have my kneecaps. Well, my left kneecap swivels around, so I have to be very careful with that one. But my other one, the doctor said no, it's not. It doesn't move like it's like my bad knee. You know, because I injured my good knee, but they're trying to make that my good knee again.
yeah. I knee pain.
The exercise he was making me doing hurt all the way up to my hip.
Really? That's
Yeah. And
That's
he's
weird.
like, you have to do these. And I was giving him my all. He goes, you don't have to put your legs up that high. He goes, just through here. And I'm like, thank God. And
she's all holding her leg up here. Like,
I know. And I had a gorgeous therapist, so
Ooh,
I was doing
that's
my
probably why
best.
she held her leg up.
I hate that when you have a doctor that's like super good looking. It's so embarrassing.
Oh, I know. My gynecologist, oh my God. He looks like Ken doll, like a Ken doll.
Oh, I'd be like, nope. Can you get your somebody else? Anybody? Like anybody?
Because he does my mammograms, and I'm like, okay. Oh, I'm sorry if my hands are cold. Yeah, it's fine. You're fine.
You're like,
But the funniest part is when I went back for a follow-up, the nurses said, who was the doctor who saw you? And I said, oh my gosh, I can't remember, but he's very good looking. And she goes, oh, we call him Mr. Kendall.
Oh,
The nurse said that.
Oh, how funny.
So she
See,
goes,
I can't.
That's Dr.
I can't have a
Whatever,
guy do mine. I've never had a male gynecologist. I just can't do that. I don't know why. It's just weird. I can't.
It's uncomfortable. It's totally uncomfortable, but I have had a lot of men. I've had women and men, but it's very uncomfortable, knowing the dude's down there.
Right.
And I find that women are not nice.
They're not but that's gentle. Probably because they feel like, oh, suck it up. It's not that bad. Right. I have to get them too.
Fuckers. The men are much nicer down there. Just so you know. Just so you know, Donald.
I am a very immature person, and I have a very guttered, inappropriate mind thanks to my family. I was raised to be like that.
I know. I'm like
a child. Who was worse than me though? Michelle was always worse than me.
Oh, Michelle Austin?
Yes, with the dirty mind thing.
I think that's why I'm this way too. Like when somebody says something, I'm all.
Oh, probably. I remember my mom tried to slap me in the mouth once because I was like, Michelle and I were kept calling each other whores and stuff, and we were like 14, we were like 13 or something at Lake Powell. Oh my
God!
And my mom was like, they were so mad. My parents rarely got like super mad at me. They were so mad because we were embarrassing them in front of their friends.
Oh shit.
My mom would have made you kneel down and say a rosary.
Pray.
Oh, I would never have spoken that way around your mom ever. Like not that I didn't respect my parents, but I had like way too much respect for your mom to ever like misbehave.
My mom was strict, but she had a lot of love. She had a tremendous amount of love, and
like your mom was never yelled at me or mean to me or anything. She was very loving. I guess I just super duper respected her. So I would never You know, I would have been a little shit like in Susie's bedroom, but then did I do that? Was I like a double agent?
You were both double agents when you tried to get into my room.
Oh, we always
we used to love your room because we
had cool shit.
Yeah, we used to play video games in there. Like
I
that
had
was
to
so
buy a
fun.
little bitty lock to flip, one of those little flip locks to keep you guys out of my room. And I was in there because we didn't have locks on any of the doors. So
your room was so cool. Like, what was the games we used to play? Wheel of Fortune. Didn't we used to play Wheel of Fortune? And then you were the first person that had that running thing. With
the pad.
Oh yeah, I had the pad for the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And we would run.
But I had Atari. I had the first Atari too.
Oh, it was the Atari that we first started out with. Yep.
Yeah. And we had, like, when they got it for her, they got her the Atari.
They didn't get it for me. I bought it on my own. With my own money.
No, you didn't.
Oh, the PlayStation was the one I bought with my own
Okay.
money. Because I had already started working at Kmart.
It was Nintendo. So. Yeah, PlayStation wasn't out yet.
Yeah,
it was.
I know that you didn't.
It was Atari and PlayStation. Yeah,
the Atari was a Christmas present because I remember because I told you before Christmas, and they found out that I told you.
Right.
Oh, so Shelly, I think she's watching the wrong show. She's like, I think I'm watching the wrong one. Do you have COVID? I'm like,
oh shit!
She doesn't even recognize you.
I sent her the wrong link on accident, and then I resent the right one because I accidentally took off a letter. Click the second link. I just told
you know what? Like the time when you were about to get the Atari, first of all, it was a whole hot mess because first of all, I told you were getting it, and I wasn't supposed to tell you, and I got in trouble for that. And then you got caught smoking, and then you weren't gonna get it. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
And then
she's all yeah. That was a short, fast answer.
It was a bad deal.
The
one in the house. When I got caught in the house.
She tried to smoke in the house. Number one, I never ever tried to smoke in the house. Okay?
What?
And also, she tried to flush it down the toilet.
I got caught in my grandma's house too.
Did you?
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Wow.
We were in that back little room. It's Carol Ann. She always got me in trouble every time it was with Carol Ann.
Yeah.
She got me in trouble with the wine coolers too. But that was Uncle Tony's fault too because he gave it to
us. Who is your Theo and I don't know if they were your godparents or if they were your
Nino and Nina?
Yeah, Nino. Yeah. I think, and they had the two daughters with the short hair. Yes. I can see their faces when I like in my mind still. I can see what they look like.
They still look like that and act like that. They like didn't age. They're like they drank from the fountain of youth, I think.
Yeah.
Your parents used to have some loud, awesome parties, like the cumbias you could hear.
Yeah.
Like, they're having a party. Can I go over there?
Yep. My mom and dad could have tons of food and liquor.
Oh, yep.
It finally got to one of the points where I had to tell my dad he had to stop drinking.
Really?
Yeah. I wrote out a whole letter and I told him, I swore to him that I would not drink heavily. And what did my letter say?
I would not drink
something like I don't want him to, because one time he grabbed my arm. My dad was a really funny drunk, but he grabbed my arm really hard and he left like finger marks in my arm.
Were you getting in trouble or something? Why did you do that?
No, for fun. He grabbed me because he was falling. And he grabbed me to hold on. It was totally funny. And I didn't really react to it. But the next day I had like marks on my arm. And I said, can you stop drinking? And you know what? He stopped heavy drinking from that day on.
Wow. But then he sure did start again after mom died, didn't he? I thought he was going to drink us to death that one time at Christmas. Remember, we all got so fucked up.
Yeah, we got drunk that day.
We thought Dad was dead because he didn't come out of the room. He like slept in, and we're like, we kept opening the door to like see if he was alive.
Wait, so Shelly, okay, she told me that she was commenting. I don't know if she's in here yet, or maybe Susie. You should.
I don't see no comments.
No, she wasn't not in our. She was in somebody else's show commenting.
Shoot! They probably think she was crazy.
That's hilarious.
Oh,
Donald, yeah,
yeah.
I snuck. I was young. Of course, I snuck smokes. Almost everybody experiences it, but I was really asthmatic at that time, and I lit up a cigarette and I threw it in the toilet, and I flushed, and it did not flush. That's how I got caught the first time. And then the second time, I was with a cousin who was smoking, and I was with her, so I was guilty by being with her.
How old were
So-
you?
15. How old was I?
No, that's
Somewhere
a
around
good
there.
age to start trying to hide smoking.
Yeah, but you know what? When that happened, my dad quit smoking.
He did.
Oh, did
And
he?
my
That's
dad quit
good.
smoking
I don't
like this.
remember your dad ever smoking. That's weird.
You probably
He
wouldn't.
quit smoking. Yeah, he didn't smoke that much. He wasn't like a pack was like be sitting on his dresser for a long, long time. He loved cigars, especially
Oh,
when we
that
were
I remember
out.
the cigars. I do
Yeah,
remember
especially when we were out camping, he loved cigars. But
that. Your mom did not like cigarette smoke.
no, well, she was
She-
really allergic. She really had bad asthma for reals.
Yeah, I
It
know.
was-
I think the popcorn we used to get from the school bothered her too, because she would be like,
Yep, it would
"That's
set
smells
off.
like smoke." And
She
the
would
popcorn.
hate, yeah, but she was so sensitive to smells, man. She would be like,
Yeah.
Well,
for
that's.
sure.
I'm so glad I never tried to drink and go over there. Yeah, it's so funny. That's probably why I never went to a party at your house. I guarantee that's why, because I would have never gone. I'd have been like, "Hey, can you just pass me a beer over the gate?" throw it this way, please. So I have a crazy dream for that I had, like after we talked about plugging that for our
we're
show.
going to do
Oh,
dream
Shelley's
interpretation
here.
on Thursday.
Yeah, my dream
Thursday.
was it was a crazy full night of weird dreams. I was gonna save it, but then I thought other people will probably want you to interpret their dreams, so maybe I should just tell it now.
Go ahead. Tell it away.
Rochelle Martinez.
Yes, that's Shelly. That's our Shelly Belly.
What?
Hi,
I didn't know
Shelly.
your name was Rochelle.
You didn't know that?
No.
That's why I said
hello,
Rochelle.
It's her mom and her dad's name. Kind of
Cool.
like mixed.
My sister was friends with her sister. That's her same age.
Oh, I was like, wait, what? Paula Baca or Monique?
Which one?
Monica. I mean, not
Paula or
Monica,
Monique,
Monica.
or which one was it?
I think.
Oh,
probably
Monica Baca.
Yeah.
That's one of the sisters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know she is. Yeah,
Mhm.
Monica.
I know she stayed the night at our house one time.
Yeah, birthday party,
Slumber party.
slumber party. Yeah, but I used to have mine in the motorhome. It was fun.
Yeah, I used to have mine in the motorhome too till I got caught sneaking out of it and drinking off so much alcohol.
Yeah, you.
I think I might have been
Oh.
there for that.
You were there.
Yeah,
You were a
I
part
was
of that
there.
night.
I was there for that,
Yeah.
but that was outside of the house.
Wow, but I tried to stay out of that one. That was definitely a mom and dad thing. That was not a me thing. I was like, dang.
We only got caught sneaking out that one time, and then we snuck out so many other times, like so many.
I never.
I
snuck
remember
out.
that I had
I
only
never
8
ever
people.
snuck out of my house.
You didn't?
I don't. Never. I never wanted to sneak out of my house. Never.
Yeah, we did a lot.
I don't.
Yeah, we
I
used to
never.
go a
And
lot.
you know the door on my bedroom didn't have a screen on it, so you could just fling.
Oh yeah,
that
that
open
one.
and jump
I
out.
snuck out of that room a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, your room went out to the outside?
Mhm.
Her room went
How
out to
did
the
I
front
not know
yard.
that? It did?
Mhm.
Oh, it did. I remember. Okay.
Yeah, I never would go out my window, sister, in my room. I would go out the back door.
I always went out the front door in my house, or the back door, or the
No.
other front door.
I was such a nerd. I never wanted to leave the house.
I never stayed home.
Well, I never partied
neither.
either.
Yeah, you did. You're so lying. Oh my god.
Not till after I was 18. I never partied.
Okay, that's true.
Name one. Name one.
That's true. I believe you. I
One
believe
time.
you.
I never went
You
to a
remember
high school
taking me
party.
to a kegger at NAU when I was still in high school?
Yeah, but I was already.
And that was the time I did my very first keg stand.
Oh shit.
I've never been to a college party, like still.
Yeah, it wasn't until I was in college that I started partying. But I never did in high school.
Door.
Never.
Shelly and I took alcohol to school once. She doesn't remember, but I do. Bad. We didn't drink it. We just took it to school and somebody else drank it.
Dang
cabbage night? What's cabbage night?
Yeah, what is cabbage
night?
Ooh,
you need to explain that, Donna.
Tell us what that is, please.
Cabbage night.
Cabbage night. Only on cabbage night.
Yeah. Were there babies in the cabbages?
Cabbage patch night? Anyway.
Well, maybe it's like an Irish thing because of the cabbage. What's it called?
Cabbage night.
The corned beef and cabbage. March 17th.
Did you have a birthday?
Who?
You.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I did. Oh, yes. I was gonna tell everybody how I noticed last night. So I have been reading the Bible for some research on some other stuff that possibly we may do a show on sometime. And I never noticed that my birthday's in the Bible. I was like, what? Heck yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So Noah's Ark came to rest in the 7th month on the 17th day. And my son is named Noah. And I just felt like I was connected to that.
There are no coincidences.
Wow, that's cool.
I know. I was like, that's awesome. I don't know why I've never noticed that before. That's so weird. Guess I haven't really read it very often or not well enough. So there's all kinds of strange things in there.
Oh.
Night before Halloween, we need to. Oh, TP in it. And
remember we TP'd the teacher's house, Mrs. Banning's house?
You did? We did? I did?
Well, it was at Amanda Dominguez's slumber party.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that.
We didn't use eggs, though.
Do you remember that we got egged on the way home from school on the last day of school by some high schoolers? And we were all trying to run with our violins.
It hurt.
You came home crying. You came home crying.
We're all running with our violins. Oh, that was fun stuff. That's so cool that we were allowed to do that as kids. Back then, we could have they let us have shaving cream fights on the last day of school. And
you'd wear you'd wear one of your dad's white t-shirts and have everybody sign it.
Everybody would sign it.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have shaving cream fight at the end of the day.
Yep. And you could take water guns and we could take it all in our backpacks. Could you imagine what a nightmare that would be today?
Oh, I know. Yeah,
all the high school girls would be like, wet t-shirt contest. Yeah, that's too bad. That's unfortunate that society has taken such a turn.
I think they're gonna miss out on all that shit. That's good stuff.
I know you can't. Our kids here don't even have lockers anymore. They have to carry all their shit every day.
Same. Yeah, that we're same. It's like that. And you're not allowed to have backpacks all the time either, or they have to be like see-through bags.
Oh God.
Yeah,
they're like, just use grocery bags.
No backpacks. It's like you. It's horrible.
That'd be bad for their little backs.
Oh, they're heavy.
Well, you know what's worse is having a really big backpack full of books like me. I was a nerd in the book part of things. And so my backpack always had so many books in it. It was like super heavy.
Those books are freaking heavy.
Those were the good days, though. When you would get to go to your locker after every period and you'd go and hang out. And then you knew exactly how much time you had to get to your next class. If you had to, hallway way far away, or if you were right next door, you could hang longer. Right. I remember, what's his name? Matt, can't remember his last name. He had a locker next to mine my junior year, and he would butterfly my lock on my locker every damn time.
What's that?
Remember, you had your combination lock. Well, if you put it on backwards, that was called butterflying.
Oh shit!
You would have to go up underneath to try to undo it.
So you must have had your locker combination,
huh?
You must have had your locker combination.
and a crush on you.
Because when you would take it off, you would just hang it there until you got your stuff out. Then you would set it and lock it.
Oh yeah, okay.
But if he came up behind me, he would take it off right away and butterfly it on me. But he was so cute, I'd let him do it.
He had a crush.
Well, then he had a crush on you, dude.
I had a crush on him.
You should have made the moves. You should have made it happen.
I did try.
It wasn't Matt Brown, was it?
No, it was Matt.
Yeah, he was.
Dang, he's on my. He's on. It was one of Mom's friend's sons.
Was it Mendoza?
Reese. Matt Reese.
Oh, he was cute, sister. I remember.
Yeah, he had the best smile. Oh my God, he had the best smile. He was a good boy. He was a good boy.
What year did you graduate, Nikki?
88.
Oh, okay. Okay.
88.
We used to go.
Hey, that's a song.
How did we go? 96.
Oh, Coconino High School.
Boop, boop, COCO. NINO.
Was that we did that at the pep rally?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that one. Oh wait, yeah, I do.
Night, Donald. Thanks for coming.
Good night, Donald.
Good night, Donald. We're proud of you for the quitting smoking and the Mountain Dew.
Look, Donald graduated the same year you did.
Yep, he did. We are the same age.
Yeah, 44 is. Oh, Susie's not 44 yet. You're the last one, Suze, I think. Yeah, you are. You're the youngest. Aren't you the baby of the family?
The baby.
Yep.
You know, that was a really big deal with Mom.
What?
Putting you in school or holding you back till you were already 5 in kindergarten. But since she was there, they went ahead and put you in.
It's okay.
Oh, your mom like worked at the school or something?
She worked at Killip for many
years. You don't remember?
I mean,
she was a teacher.
No. Really? I remember
Yeah.
her taking us to school every day and being there to pick us up, but I didn't know she was a teacher.
That's why she was there.
Oh, I just thought she was.
She was already there, but she was the kindergarten teacher's assistant for a long time, and then they ended up having her help
Second
with
grade.
what?
Was it second graders?
Remember that little room?
Special education.
Yeah, she helped with special education.
I don't think so. Maybe.
So was she our kindergarten teacher's assistant?
No, she started about just after that.
Oh, okay.
And then she stayed up there until when we were already in junior high, she was still there.
Yeah.
Oh, how did I not know that? That's so weird. That's weird.
Well, you remember dressing up for Cinco de Mayo and all that. My mom was a part of that and everything.
I just thought she was like a really good mom. And maybe I remember her like being at the Cinco de Mayo, and I remember like when we would dress up for the parades and stuff. I just thought she was like one of like the super like participatory parents. How funny. She worked there. Wow, that's funny. I can feel your mom laughing at me right now.
You know, many years later, something came up after my mom passed. Right after that, a video came up of her at Killip School dancing in that yellow dress she had.
Oh, really?
It was weird. It was really weird
because she had already passed, and like it just popped up on my thing.
It came up. We don't know where it came from or anything.
Oh, wow.
And my mom was doing, dancing the Mexican hat dance with kids in the middle.
Oh,
yeah. And you know who else is in there? Chrissy's mom is in there too.
Mrs. Cannon. Yeah, she was my teacher. I remember the I love that. I remember. I also love square dancing in PE. That was fun. We should go square dancing sometime, Susie.
No, we shouldn't.
What about line dancing? I've always wanted to try
that. It was always fun when I used to know how to do that. I used to go to there was a short time span there. I was a cowgirl, and I used to wear
those clothes, sis.
I had my Rocky Mountains and my boots on, and I go to the museum club, and oh my God, it would be so fun dancing around that big tree. Have you ever been into the museum club?
I've only
They
been
have
in
that.
there once, but
There's
yeah.
a big tree right in the middle of the dance floor, so
Mhm.
you'd have to. Everybody would be dancing around this big tree.
I heard there was like a lot of taxidermy in there.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
It was really dark in there too, though. It was not very big. That was a pretty small place,
I think they all are up there.
but it was a place I could go by myself. If I didn't have anybody to go out with me that weekend, I could go to the museum club all by myself and I could dance all night because guys would just ask you to dance and two-step all night. So that was
See,
fun.
that's brave, dude. I wish I could do something like that. I'm such a chicken when it comes to stuff like that. Like I'm afraid to go
Well,
out to eat by
it
myself.
was kind of a lot of anxiety because you didn't know, you would stand there forever until, halfway through the night when the guys have had enough beer or alcohol or whatever,
Right.
and you're a little looser and having more fun. And you have to put yourself into those line dances next to somebody. And then when they see you can dance, that's when they start asking you to dance.
See, line dancing looks like so much fun. I just don't know that I would be good at it. And
Good night, Jen.
good
Night,
night, Jen. Oh, she fell asleep with her phone in her hand. Well,
That's
have sweet
dedication.
dreams. Remember your dreams,
Yeah,
everybody.
remember your dreams. We're doing dream interpretation on Thursday.
So the dream I had was very I had like several dreams. Well, this is how my dreams are always like this. I dream like all night long, so I have more than one and they kind of all blur together. But the part of my dream that really sticks out, and this is so random. So I was at like an awards ceremony or something. I don't know if I was a famous person or if I was just there, but it was so real because Julia Roberts had to walk past us. Like, you know how if you're at the movies and somebody walks by, you have to like scoot back or whatever for them to scooch past you. And she was so pretty in person. And I would remember telling the person next to me, oh my God, she's beautiful. And she like walked past us and saw her sister, Kira Sedgwick, I think is her
Oh,
name.
that's Matt's girlfriend.
Is it?
Yeah.
And she like gave her a kiss and a hug, and there was like, I don't know, some kind of special effects, and then all of a sudden I was in an auditorium at like a NAU or a school. I don't know what school it was, but I was up on the balcony, and it was like some kind of an awards ceremony, but it was like a military thing or something. And there were these guys there that I knew that they're kind of family of Brian, my first husband. And anyway, when I'm sitting there, I realized that I was like with some dude that I didn't know who it was. And I realized I was married, and I was like, oh wait, I didn't tell my husband I was here. So that was weird and awkward. But all of a sudden people started like jumping off of the balcony. There were like, so like there was a wall, and then there was like windows, but the windows opened a little bit. So people were opening the windows and they started like climbing out and trying to jump off. But we were up like probably 5-6 stories or something.
Oh my God.
Right. So then the guys that I knew, they, for whatever reason, they started just grabbing people out of the audience, and they were like taking them to the windows and pushing them out. And
Damn.
so I know it was weird. It started out like cool, like Julia Roberts, and then it was like turned that. And so I was panicking, and I ran like down to the bottom floor because I didn't want to get pushed out. And I was just seeing these guys hit the ground, and I was obviously freaking out. And the security guard like came up to me and kind of like hugged me so I couldn't see it, and they ushered me like outside.
Oh.
And took me to my car, which was like, this doesn't make sense, but it was like a flying car, but it wasn't a car. It was like my mom's scooter, like that you use if like at Walmart, like a scooter like that, but it flew. And it wasn't even my car. For some reason, the keys I had fit it, and it started, and I took off, and I was like up in the air, and I was trying to figure out how to fly it. And I was like, okay, now I just gotta follow the freeway. And I thought it was the 101 freeway. So I was like trying to drive this air vehicle thing. And then the freeway like started to go over ocean. And I was like, okay, that's not Arizona. Because we don't have ocean in
We're
Arizona.
not in Toto. Wait, we're not in Kansas anymore, Toto.
Right. And so I was like, where am I? And so I had to land on like this little piece of sand, and I landed like in the middle of this water park. And I was trying to figure out like where to go, and I accidentally got like in line, but it wasn't like a line you could wait in. It was like part of the ride, but it wasn't the ride yet. So like I couldn't get out, and I had like my phone and everything was in my pocket, and I was trying to like stop or like keep the thing from pushing me over into the water parks. I didn't want my phone to get wet. And an employee saw me, and she just grabbed my phone real quick, and then she's like, "You can't get out, just let it go, let it take you." And I was like, okay. So I did let go. And
wow, dude, I'm getting a lot from the stream. Keep going. Tell me when you're done. Yeah.
Okay. So this lady, like when I let go, like I went into this pool, and then I swam up, and it was like this big room, and it was like it looked like a control room. Like there was like TVs and a bunch of buttons and stuff. And that lady that took my phone was in there. And I was like, I said, "Do you have my phone? Did it get wet?" And she's like, "Yeah, it got wet. I'm sorry." And it didn't work. So I said, "Well, I need to call my husband." I was like, where am I? Like, where are we? And she's like, "Oh, you're in," and she said some name that I've never heard of. And I was like, where is that? Like, what state is that in? And she goes, "Oh, we're not there. It's not in a state, honey.
You're outer space."
No, she said, you're on an island off of the Keys. So I guess it was like off the Florida Keys, I guess. But it wasn't anything I've ever heard of. So I don't know. It was some weird random name. So I said, "Well, I need to call my husband. He's probably going to be putting out a missing persons report," because I never told him I was at the auditorium where all the people were being murdered. And then now I'm like somewhere that's by Florida. It was just weird. And I actually said that out loud and woke myself up. I said, "I need to call my husband, or he's going to put out a missing persons report." my husband's like, "What? You're sleep again." So when I went back to sleep, though, my dream continued. And
oh shit! I love it when that happens.
That happens to me all the time. So she took me to like her office, but we had to go under the water. And there's like under the water, there's like this door that only people that work there or whatever could get into or see. And it was so cool. I wish people could see my dreams because they're so vivid and crazy. It's like,
are they colorful?
Yeah, very. They're so colorful. And like I can feel things, pain, tickle, like when people tickle me. I hate that when people touch me.
Have you ever been able to taste anything in your dream?
Oh yeah, I can do everything in my dream. It's real. It's so incredibly real. But sometimes it's too real. So we were going through this thing, and we were underwater, but we could breathe. It was really weird. And
you were like a snork?
I don't know. It's hard to. It was like an underwater. There was water around us, and there was water in the tunnel, but there was also like I could see all these offices. So like it's like the park, like the hallways were made out of water, but it was a different type of water or something because we weren't holding our breath, and we weren't like, gasping or anything. It was just
it plasma?
Maybe, I guess. I don't know. I've never seen plasma.
I'm sorry.
It was like. It seemed like it wasn't completely clear. It was like foggy kind of. And then we like ended in a break room, and there were some dudes in there chit-chatting. And I think I woke up again because and it might just be that it's too long. Actually, I think I wrote all this down. But the dream continued when I went back to sleep. I was, my daughter was at school ditching.
This is a long dream. She was ditching?
It was all night. She was ditching, and she was with a boy who was very rude, and they were smoking a joint. And I was so mad. And I was trying to follow her, and he was like, "Don't listen to her." And she's like listening to this guy. He was like a short, like hefty guy. And I was like, "You can't talk." I said, "You can't talk to my daughter like that. You realize how old she is, right?" And he pushed me. And then like took her and walked off, and I was like, "I'm going to tell your dad." And so I called my husband, and I told him, and he didn't care. And then I was really, and my husband was my husband, but he wasn't. He was like white guy with red hair in my dreams.
Oh,
but he
weird.
was supposed to
So
be
he
my
was
husband.
your husband, but he wasn't your husband?
Right. But right. So like he didn't look like my husband, but he was my husband. Yes. I know that doesn't make sense, but
Wow, my dreams are like 5 minutes long, and they're
really?
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jenna, really, your
mine are-
dream might have seemed like it was all night long, but you really had that whole dream a few seconds before you woke up. Isn't that amazing?
Well, yeah, but I woke up more than once during that night, and I do that often. I wake up often throughout the night, like probably
You know how you
5
said
or
you
6 times.
wrote it down? Like, do you write your dreams
Yeah.
down often?
I did not often. I did that one because I knew we were gonna have the
Oh, cool. Yeah,
the
so if
thing.
you write your dreams down on a regular basis, you'll end up your mind will end up being able to control your dreams when you're asleep, like be a lucid dreamer easier. And so lucid dreaming is really therapeutic for you because when you gain control in your dreams, it helps you gain more control in your waking life also.
Right. And I've had dreams where I'm able to control them. Like the dream, I think I told you about the flying dream with when I had the baby. Oh no, that was never mind.
Oh my
didn't tell
God, I
you,
have
that was
something
my
else
daughter.
too. So look, that mom is asking if you have any prophetic dreams, and you do.
I do.
You have.
I have in the past. Yeah.
Mhm.
I have in the past, yes.
And then also too,
I don't realize though that they're prophetic until like
my sister was camping with this guy, and he was talking about his dreams, and he said in his dreams that he flies all the time in his dreams. Isn't that what he said? Something like that. I heard on one of your videos, the campfire videos. And that means something. That is something. I'm finding that to be
flying. You know, the
certain
weird thing about the flying is that I was able to improve my flying skills in my dream. So now I'm really good at it. Like, for example, so I had this other dream that I was telling my daughter about where I had a baby that was kidnapped, and I did tell you about that dream, Susie. I think, or I was able to use my powers or whatever. So in that dream, because sometimes when I'm flying, I find it hard to get like on track, like where I want to go. But in that dream, I was able to like look at where I wanted to go, and I would like just zoom there, because I had to go from one place all the way out to my mom's house in my dream, and I get tired physically. Isn't that weird? I get physically tired from flying.
That happens. Okay, so I could go into so much shit just in the shit you're saying right now, but I don't want to interrupt you too much. But you could connect to so many things right now.
Well, so the dream, that one dream ended was I realized, or I called my husband and he didn't help me. So I was mad and we were fighting, and he told me that he was going to go out to dinner. And he didn't ask if I wanted to come. And I thought that was weird. And I was like, well, why can't I come with you? And he was like, okay. He was like, oh, didn't really want me to go. So we went out to dinner, and then we went to, I think so, Bat Mom, yes. We went to that auditorium where the people were being killed, and they were giving police officers, were getting like, not awards, but what's like a Purple Heart for like bravery, or they were getting commended for their bravery for stuff, and they were looking for the guys that were throwing people off the balcony, and like I knew who they were, and I was like asking if I should say something, because I saw that security guard that hugged me that night that had happened. I saw that person there, and I told them, I was like, I know who they were, should I say something? And they were like, yes, you should say something. And then I woke up.
Okay.
End scene.
So, all right, let's start. Okay, well, let me say something right here too, Bat Mom, about night terrors.
Hey, ladies, I'm gonna go ahead and click out.
Okay.
My legs are getting locked in place.
Thanks for popping in, Sissy.
Oh yes, thank you so much.
Okay,
I appreciate
we'll talk to you guys later. I'll catch you on
Bye.
your show on Thursday for sure.
Sounds
Okay.
good. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Night, sis.
Night.
So night terrors are often happen with people who are victims of PTSD. and they occur during the deepest stage of your sleep.
They also, Bat Mom, I don't know if this happens to you, but this used to happen to me, because night terrors happen when they happen sometimes often during the part of sleep where you wake up but your body is still in that paralyzed state, because that's what happens when we dream. It's our body's way of keeping us from acting out our dreams. So have you ever woken up and realized that you can't move? That's the most terrifying thing ever.
So another thing with paralysis is when you've been astral projecting, which we all do. Everybody does it. It's just us in here now, huh? Who's in here? So we all do it. We all astral project, and Batman. And so sometimes your mind gets back before your body, and your body doesn't know it yet, and that's why you have that paralyzed when you wake up. What is it called again? The paralyzed thing? Sleep paralysis. Yeah.
Right.
So that's a big reason why sleep paralysis happens, because you are out of your body.
Right. So, Bat Mom, your night terrors, they're just really bad lucid dreams, or are you physically acting out stuff, or both? And I've always had, when I was a child, I still do, but not as bad, but I've always had very vivid nightmares.
You're more likely to have night terrors if your parents had night terrors before too. I don't know why, but that is strange. But
really, that's
And you know what? They can be triggered when you're sick, or when you haven't slept for a long time.
Yeah. Have you also, if you eat certain things, I know for me, fried chicken makes me have weird dreams or bad dreams. I don't know if it's the oil or what it is, but there's some foods that can make your dreams worse. Do you have control in your dreams? Because
lucid dreams?
I had to learn to control my nightmares when I was a child. That's how bad they were. So when I was little, this is what I used to tell myself. I taught myself this was I would tell myself to change the channel.
Good job.
Yeah, because I still to this day have a tendency, my nightmares don't start out nightmares. They start out even a good thing, and then they all of a sudden take this weird, scary ass turn. And it's whoa. But I used to just tell myself, just change the channel. And then it started being where I'd change the channel to something and it'd be good and then turn scary again. So I was flicking through channels, dude.
So the biggest thing that causes night terrors is, besides PTSD, is also stress. So I'm a sleep talker and walker. Sleep talker and walker. I'm also been told I'm a sleep farter, but that's everybody, I think. But so I'm a sleep talker and a walker, and I do it more often when I'm stressed out.
Right. Same here. Yeah. So you can gain, I'm a very firm believer that you can gain control in your dreams. You have to pick something, and it's really hard to do. It takes a lot of practice, but if you can, no matter what dream you're having, if you can tell yourself to find something a pine cone, or give yourself a goal or something in your dream that kind of brings your awareness to the dream, then you'll slowly learn how to start controlling your dreams. My flying, because I haven't always flown. I've flown for a while, and I used to fall a lot. But when I first started flying often, it was scary because I'm afraid of heights, and I didn't feel. It wasn't a secure flying. It was scary, or I would start floating away that. I dreamed that a lot. But now it's not a big deal because I know how to fly. But I used to dream where I would start floating, and I would be trying to find things to grab onto because my feet wouldn't stay on the ground. One thing I do dream, Susie, that's really weird, and this happens often, and I haven't been able to control this part yet. And I don't even know how to explain it. Okay, so like sometimes in my dreams, like I'll be in a room and I'm not allowed, I can't stay in one spot. It feels like, this sounds, I don't know how to say it feels like this because this has never happened to me, but I liken it to if a ghost or something was moving me.
Weird.
Like from one place. And so I'm like literally like I'll be sitting here talking to Kiki in my dream, and then I'll slide over to the other side of the room on the floor. And then I'll slide this way, and then I'll slide like, you know, in the movie Poltergeist, how they kept sitting in that chair and it would slide. It's like that. That happens to me a lot.
I wonder what that means. It has to do with control.
No idea.
It has to do with control.
And it's like
control or something, or maybe you're trying to gain control of something, or maybe you're losing control of something.
Right, maybe because like I'll try to do something really fast because I know it's gonna keep moving me. Like the dream I had, that realistic dream I had, where I felt like I was in my closet, but it was like a rich person's closet. I think I told you about that. I kept trying to grab things in there, but then it kept like I was going around the closet, so I couldn't hang on, or I couldn't stay.
So when you're trying to grab something and you can't get a hold of it, that means you're trying to attain something in your waking life that you don't feel like you can reach.
Right. It's just out of my grasp or whatever.
That's a good question. She says that. Do you mean when she's like getting all pushed around? She says, I wonder if that's you astral projecting and getting lost in time warps, type of thing, or getting lost in the ethers or whatever.
That's a great question, because it feels like it literally feels like I'm actually moving too. Like it feels like I should be moving. Like if it's weird when I wake up and I'm like in bed, because I don't know. Does everybody feel like that? Like, can you actually feel movement? Like
a lot of people can't. A lot of people don't even remember their dreams for more than 10 minutes after they wake up.
Oh, yeah, mine are so real. I feel like
I've always been able to remember my dreams, and they're always pretty vivid. And then I think I was a lucid dreamer before I even knew what lucid dreaming was.
Same here. Yeah, because dreams are a giant part of my life. Like I told you, it's like my second life. Right.
There's a reason your dreams dream up what they do, because it's your subconscious mind trying to bring attention to something else. But your subconscious mind speaks in metaphors, and so that's why your dreams are in metaphors. So you have to unlock it that way.
I've had two times where I've had a dream where I am positive that I was like astral projecting. That's because one, I told you about Susie. I was trying to go inside of another person. And I was like, I realized that there were these kids and they could see me. And I was like, you guys can see me. They could see me and they could hear me. And I knew that I was like floating because I was going through walls and shit. There was that time. And then there was the time where I left my body on purpose. And then I couldn't get back to my body because I left it distance wise. I was in Vegas and I left, I went out of my body and I got on a helicopter with people and I flew away from like the physical body. And then I couldn't get back to the physical body. And I was a ghost and I was so I went to this apartment complex and these two little girls, their parents were fighting. And I was trying to get them to help me because they were outside the apartment. Their parents were fighting and their dad slammed the door and slammed off and a screw fell. I was trying to hit the screw and knock it against something. And they were like, what is that? And I was like, it's weird because when I'm in that ghosty form, the way I talk is like this.
You know what?
I have to push hard
to get to anybody else, but there's times when I'm trying to speak in my dreams and it won't come out and I can't make noise. Or if I'm trying to punch somebody in my dreams and it's no power, it doesn't punch.
Right.
Yeah.
That happens to me. I think that's part of the sleep paralysis too.
Okay.
Probably because you're trying to act. I think you're caught in between places a little bit because you feel like you have no power because your body realizes that it's paralyzed, but you're right on the or something. Maybe, I don't know.
People who have migraines also get night terrors.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Interesting.
Or people who have had head injuries.
Yeah, I feel like I wish I don't know that I wish that there was a study or something where you could volunteer to have people study you for your dreaming.
You can, there is.
Because I think that there's something different about me when it comes to dreaming. I don't know what it is.
Also, it could be some of your medications. So there's a medication.
No, because I've always been like,
oh, that's true.
This.
So
and I haven't always been on medicine.
Or blood pressure medications or allergy any medication. Shit.
Dude, they had to put me on medication to control my dreams. It was opposite. When I was
crazy.
when I wasn't taking my medicine, when I got off my medicine, they were so bad. That's when they put me on Prazosin, which it's a medication for people with PTSD and night terrors.
Wow.
Because my dreams were so crazy that I was screaming and my family was like scared because I was freaking out every night.
Yeah, my family was scared too. Oh, well, actually, it wasn't my family. I was living with my boyfriend before I got married. This was 10 years ago, 12 years ago. He actually had to put a lock on the door that I couldn't get because I was trying to get the keys and go drive.
Oh, yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
Right. That's scary. And I have been talking in my sleep more, and I'm not taking my medicine. So it's not the medicine. Because I haven't.
Yeah.
I've never
So just to see what the Bat Mom says right here, that probably is directly related to PTSD.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. You should, have you ever, maybe you'd be a good person to get hypnotized, I think.
Yeah, you would. I could help. Like up there, you said, I'm always stressed out. I stress myself out. We all do. Like stress, half of the stress that we endure is mostly their false beliefs. So you always got to ask yourself what you're stressing about and ask yourself, is this even true? How true? What % of this that I'm stressed out of is actually true? And you'll find that it's probably not even going to happen that way. So like stress is all caused by ourselves. I can help with that though. I can help with that in a lot of different ways with coaching and hypno.
She could also, I bet you could help her with being able to learn how to help control her night terrors or calm
night terrors. And like if you have any triggers, like for PTSD, that's one of my favorite things is to help people with PTSD because triggers suck. Okay. Like, I mean, some people don't admit that they have PTSD, but if you've ever been in a bad relationship or if you've ever had everybody has freaking PTSD.
I don't know how people can't have PTSD in our world.
Yeah, so literally. If you ever get a trigger that makes you go, ooh, that's a trigger. That's PTSD right there. So triggers, man, triggers suck. And they can impede on your life. So if you have bad triggers and that you have to avoid stuff or it's affecting your life, I can help you work with your triggers so that doesn't have to happen anymore.
Right. And what your body's doing too is that when you're reliving moments that scare you, you're actually physically, it's almost like it's actually happening
in your brain and it's happening again.
Right. Your body is releasing those hormones, those fight or flight like hormones, the cortisol. Also, it could be releasing some chemicals in your brain that are like also contribute to like hallucinations. Like if, some hallucinogens, it's not the chemical, it just gets your brain to release what's already in your brain. And that's what makes you hallucinate. So you should get hypnotized. Susie's really, really good. And
whistling, I don't know what your trauma was, but I'm sure that has something to do with it, right? Does it connect to any of your traumas? Like for me, from my abusive relationship before I was like way before I was married, like long ass time. I was young when this happened. And for the longest time, I couldn't look anybody in the eye from being hit by a dude. And also I couldn't hear anybody fight or yell at anybody. I would cringe really bad and I had to get the fuck out of there.
Right.
So yeah, there's things, man, that we can fix. You can fix them.
Right. And it's a pleasant fix too. It's so much better than like you know, a lot of the other things that are the other options. And not fixing it is not an option.
Yeah, you said
because nobody deserves to live that way.
Nobody
you know,
does. You don't have to. Like,
right.
Why do we endure so much shit that we don't have to? We don't. I don't think we either we don't know that we don't have to, or
we don't. No, we don't know, because look at how we're taught. We're taught that we do have to endure it. We need to just shut up and do our job, or we need to, you know, it doesn't. I don't care that, you know, you're having depression. Like, everybody's depressed. Like, our society tells everybody that
and that's not what it's supposed to be. We weren't supposed to come here and work our fingers to the bone until we couldn't do anything else.
Right.
We're not supposed to do that.
Except for, you know, the powers that be. They get what they want. It's easier to control a population that's scared and depressed and sick. And
so
poor.
Do they still give out Ambien, or did they discontinue Ambien? I wonder.
I think they still give that out.
Because it's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, people can accidentally kill people on Ambien and not remember it.
My coworker, this nurse I was working with, when she takes Ambien, she would get on the computer or the phone and order thousands of dollars worth of shit. And one night she ordered like $500 worth of Olive Garden. Yeah. So she kept bringing all this Olive Garden for lunch, like for days, dude.
And like, what happens when you do that? You still have to pay for it?
Yeah. They were like,
you know, because they'd be like, okay, lady, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, you're on Ambien. So was I when I bought my last car. That would suck, dude. That would be the worst thing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they should take that off the market. That's crazy.
Is that why you get you had I see. You know, there's shitty people that enter our lives. And everybody that enters our lives is for a reason, even the shitty ones. And honestly, that shitty person was supposed to learn something from you also. Obviously, he didn't.
Right.
You know, but it's really hard. It's really hard when you've been traumatized by somebody that you cared for and that you thought cared for you, to try and transmute it into something that you can learn from, because it's a horrible experience.
Right.
Like, you've had a bad relationship, Jared. Like, it's really hard. Like, for me, I finally was able to transmute mine into, that's when I learned my worth.
Right. It is.
Yeah.
It's hard to take the things that happen and turn it into.
It's freaking hard, but it takes a strong person, and everybody can do it.
Yeah, it does. It does take a strong person. And when you're able to conquer that, it's great. And hypnotism, I think, is a really good way to do it. It's kind, and it's just good for you. There's nothing bad about it, you know?
Yeah, it's easy. There's no drugs involved. There's no side effects to worry about. There's nothing that can happen to you. There's no danger.
Right. If it doesn't work, there's at least you tried it, you know? And like, it's not like it could go wrong and you could like come out like barking like a chicken or something. I mean, I guess you could if you had a bad hypnotist.
You can't get stuck in it. Some people say you get stuck in it. You can't get stuck in it. You can't. Nothing can happen to you. Nothing bad can happen to you.
So I would definitely try that, because sleep, dude, sleep is so important. And you have to get sleep. You have to get good quality sleep, and you can't do that when you're having night terrors. Trust me, I know. I've been so tired, but every time I fall asleep, I just start screaming, or, you know, and it was bad. My husband's like trying to work at home, and I'm here like screaming and yelling. And
yeah, my husband, I still get a night terror here and there. My husband's like he gets all crazy. He's like, what, you know?
I know, right? And then like crying, you know, my daughter many times has woken me up and she's like, Mommy, wake up, you're crying in your sleep. And I'm just like, you know, it's like terrible and scary. Sleep deprivation is so bad for you. It's so bad for you. And it makes you feel more stressed out too. it makes you hurt, and it makes you
At nighttime when you sleep, your spirit, your mind goes to your higher self. Your higher self is a version of you that's right alongside with God and that watches you. It's like your higher self is all the yous that you've ever been. And when you go to sleep, we all astral travel to our higher self and to God and to heaven or wherever the fuck we go. But we go there and we touch base with our higher self, and it gives us strength. It gives you everything. Right. It's important to sleep. When you don't sleep, you lose touch with your spirit. It sucks.
Yeah. And it's hard being a parent. Because I know you're a parent. Being a parent is hard when you're so tired.
Hell yeah, it sucks.
It's just hard. It's really hard.
Dude, being a parent is not. I mean, it's so freaking heart-wrenching. It's hard.
It is, and also the greatest joy.
That's what they
That's funny. And Batmom, I can help you with the pre-approval process. I actually have a brother-in-law who is a realtor, and he's also has a background in lending and credit repair and all that stuff too. Are you in Vegas or just Nevada? I mean, it doesn't really matter. If you have a license in Nevada, you have a license in Nevada. So, but I can also give you tips and things that you can ask to your lender there, because, hopefully I can help you find a good one that's the type of person that educates you along the way, because not many people know what questions to ask, but I can definitely give you questions. I am a question machine.
So I know that Batmom, I know you're into essential oils. So there is an essential oil that you can use in a diffuser or something that helps with night terrors, and it's called juniper berry essential oils.
Oh, so really?
Check it out.
Cool. Yeah. Also, Batmom, another thing that helps me is listening to some type of music that brings up a certain feeling. So like if you have a certain song or something that brings up like a peaceful feeling whenever you hear it, or even brings up like a good memory or something, just play that bitch on repeat. And it helps. It's hard for my brain, I think, to have like a nightmare when I have music playing. If it's
juniper berry, cedarwood, and lavender.
Ooh, Sierra Nevadas. Okay, I will get that info from her. So are you like by Lake Tahoe? Because I've always wanted to go there. Never been to that part of Nevada.
Oh, I heard it's beautiful. Oh, I think she posted a picture of something one day and it was so pretty.
You have
ylang ylang does something good too for you. I love essential oils, dude. Oh, I love aromatherapy. I had like a 3-part class, like three semesters full of aromatherapy and reflexology.
My husband likes aromatherapy. Oh, Tahoe, you are so lucky. We would love to see pictures. I've always heard. I want to go somewhere beautiful. We should go to Sedona, Sue.
Beautiful.
Right. Well, this was my very first impromptu show, and it was fun.
You know what would be good if we had one impromptu show a week? That'd be cool. It would bring more people in. And like I said, you should spread the word about how you can help people that's a big investment, like real estate and shit. And people don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Right. And I mean, I love questions, dude. If anybody has any real estate questions, like I said, I like to educate people. And there's no question that's dumb, or, a lot of people are afraid to ask questions because they don't want people to think, or they feel weird about not knowing.
I know, that's stupid.
But it's like, not everybody, there's really not. And they purposely make the house buying process and mortgages all crazy complicated. That's like done for a reason. That's a good way that banks make money, Not a lot of people realize that there are certain things that lenders can't do. And if they do that, then you can the loan can be rescinded. and they have to pay you back all the money that you paid.
Like people are just getting fucked for no reason.
Yep, it's like, ooh, but nobody never knows that, so they don't know to check or look or but yeah, those things are true. They have to follow certain protocols, and they, trust me, they do not.
Yeah.
They don't. It's a good way to get a free house. No, I'm just kidding. They mess up. Okay, well, I will get her info from you, and then I'll reach out to you tomorrow, Bat Mom, if that's cool. And you can shoot me questions or whatever, whenever, and I can. I'll reach out to you tomorrow and ask you some questions because I can better help you if I have some more info.
How's the best way for her to reach you? On Messenger or?
I make a lot.
Okay, if you guys get together and do it, you can do it over Messenger and like video chat it out or whatever.
Yeah, I can call you tomorrow if that's okay, because I have Messenger will do. Okay, so I will do that. I have some showings in the morning, but I will be home in the afternoon, so I would be honored to be of any assistance that I can. But you have to let me come and stay with you for a weekend. I'm just kidding. Well, thank you for coming. We appreciate you.
Yes, you are awesome.
Okay, sounds like a plan. All right, Susie Q. I will touch base with you. Oh wait, you said that you had something to say about my dreams. You were getting a lot.
Yeah, you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you kept mentioning that you were in an award ceremony or a ceremony of some sort, and you kept mentioning that you were in an auditorium.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to name that dream, what would you name it? What title would you give that dream?
The first award, like the first part of the dream,
or the whole dream, if you could name it. Just think about it if you can't think about it right now. And then I also want you to think about what feelings that dream invoked, because when you were talking, I picked up worried. You were concerned, worried. You felt trapped, panicked,
lost.
And you also felt secure when the security guard picked you up and took you to safety.
Right.
You were isolated on an island.
Right. But I was with that lady, though. She was like, dude, I felt like I knew her. Like, for real. It felt like a person that I know or knew.
Good night, Bat Mom. We love you.
Sweet Good dreams. Night. Good night. Yes, please have sweet dreams. I'm sending positive vibes your way.
Try to zap them out.
And remember it if you can. Remember it. We'll try to write it down as soon as you wake up. So as soon as you can.
Interpret that bad boy.
Yep. Have a good night.
Good night. So let's close it out, but stay on the thing. Okay. Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. Everybody, two people.